I went from creation of wealth to multiplication of wealth to what? Preservation of wealth, which is what most people never talk about. How to keep your fucking chips. And then the cycle repeats all itself again. And if you can understand these fucking cycles, bro, and you can taste the cycles and you can perceive the cycles based off of the data sets, then now you're playing a completely different fucking game. And you can't focus on multiplying and preserving if you're a hustler. You can only focus on multiplying and preserving if you're the fucking boss. That is why you need to be the boss. It's because you need to get to the multiplication and you need to stay in preservation, which is where all these dropship kids, all these e-com kids, all these quick crypto kids got their fucking asses whooped, right? By the markets. Oh, you're a millionaire. No longer a millionaire, motherfucker. Welcome back to McDonald's. March of 2020, when I understood that I needed to take my hustle money from dropshipping to multiply it to become a boss and not spend it on bullshit, right? And Gucci belts and Gucci belts and Coochie belts and Coochie, right? I'm not out here spending money on shit because I said, I'm going to take this money, I'm going to multiply it. So March 2020, I'm out here playing Call of Duty Warzone. I remember, not really good player, but enough to defend myself. And I see my phone, all my buy orders on Kraken getting filled. So the entire Black Swan event is taking place. I'm huddled up in my crib in Miami, right? Nice little bay, yacht on the end. I'm doing my own thing. And all these orders on Kraken start filling in. Cardano, $10,000 buy order, a half a penny. Ethereum, $88, 10 grand purchases. Just auto purchases that I had set buys at like 6 months, a year before that started getting filled. So March of 2020, fucking crushed it. Put a big chunk of money in, was buying order blocks of 10 grand a piece of ETH at sub $90. You can check it on my highlights on my Instagram, where I'm literally telling people, yo, the bull run's coming. It's the year of the bull. Don't fucking fade it. And I believe I was probably a big factor as to why a lot of the e-commerce community got into crypto heavy. Big factor as to why they got into DeFi. I did a very good job at training people up. And then these kids, these e-commerce kids just went and like demolished the crypto space for good and for bad. Yeah. So 2020, put my entire net worth into crypto, and then I go into multiplication mode.
Real quick, if you appreciate these clips and interviews that I put forward for you, then please make sure you use our Shopify link in the description to start your own Shopify business with an exclusive deal. And also make sure you check out akemulab.com for additional resources, free tools, guides, and just a lot of interesting stuff that will help your journey, even some software deals that are exclusive to akemulab.com. So make sure you do that and continue watching the video.
Right. So I 40x my net worth in 18 months. I basically was about 80x, but through market kind of movements up and down, I end up with, I think, 40x return, 42x of my net worth. So my net worth multiplies by 42. And then it's the final stage. So this is about December of 2021. I'm in Rio de Janeiro and I do an Instagram live and I say the market's going to tank. I'm out of crypto. I'm completely clean. I'm out. I sell all my ETH at 3,950, sell all my Bitcoin at 54,000, just like a fucking savage because everybody, and my big wake up call was, what the fuck is Justin Bieber doing buying $1 million apes? That was that was my quota. And then I had some guys and then I had some of the founders of FaZe Clan hit me up and they're like, what's the deal with Safe Moon? I'm like, all right, sell, you know what I mean? Like, it was just obvious. So in that scenario whereby I was those people in 2017, I went from creation of wealth to multiplication of wealth to what? Preservation of wealth, which is what most people never talk about. How to keep your fucking chips. And then the cycle repeats all itself again. So now we're finishing what I believe to be the cycle of preservation. And we're going back, if not have already started, the cycle of creation again. And then eventually we're going to go into the cycle of multiplication, preservation, and so on. And if you can understand these fucking cycles, bro, and you can taste the cycles and you can perceive the cycles based off of the data sets, then now you're playing a completely different fucking game. So as an entrepreneur, you want to be able to develop these 3 wealth profiles and think differently, and your mindset needs to change based off of the times. Creating, multiplying, and preserving wealth. And your mindset needs to change in each. And you can't focus on multiplying and preserving if you're a hustler. You can only focus on multiplying and preserving if you're the fucking boss. That is why you need to be the boss. It's because you need to get to the multiplication and you need to stay in preservation, which is where all these dropship kids, all these e-com kids, all these quick crypto kids got their fucking asses whooped, right?
Yeah.
By the markets. Oh, you're a millionaire. No longer a millionaire, motherfucker. Welcome back to McDonald's, because they didn't understand preservation. And if you can understand preservation and cycles, then you just play rinse and repeat. And at this point, think about it. Let's say you're sitting on $1 million bankroll. I know a lot of cats sitting on $1 million. Just saying you're sitting on $1 million bankroll. If you go through that process and you get into in multiplication, let's say you turn that 1 into 5, right? Very doable in a bull cycle. Very doable, even in the stock market, without massive risk. Especially if you look at something like, I don't know, PayPal, Shopify. What's another really good stock? Airbnb. A lot of these are down a fuck ton, right? And these are companies of the future. These are companies that are going to exist. Whether you love PayPal, hate PayPal, PayPal is still very much around, and it's making a fuck ton of revenue. Profits, I don't know, but they have a space in the market, and they're claiming it. And it's in these companies that have long-term potential where I want to go into the multiplication. I'm not going to be investing in shit coins. I'm not gambling. I'm investing and multiplying.